good afternoon. Come on in the room. Come sit at the table, girl. Come sit at the table. This is where all the good conversations take place. Amen?
Amen.
Yes.
Yes,
Come on
yes.
in. Happy, what is this?
Today is Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, best friends. It's so good to see each and every one of you guys. For those of you guys who have never been with us before, or maybe it's been a little bit of time, I am Candy Sincerity Johnson.
And I am Sean Johnson.
And together we do a whole host of things. But also, if you know, you know. Apart, we do even more.
Yes.
But when you see us here at the table, it's because either something done jumped off, we got an update about ourselves, or girl, we just looking for a good conversation, okay?
Yes.
So I'll let you figure out which of the three it is on today.
Exactly.
Did you want to say some hellos or anything?
Yeah. So hey Miss Shirley, hey Cherie, hey Jerry, hi Sharon, Cassandra, Adrian, and the list goes on. Hello, best friends. Hello, hello, hello. Over here, hello Bonnie. Hey, sweet sweets. I can't see that other one is blending in with your shirt. And then over there in YT, let's see, I haven't pulled them up yet, but I will. But hello,
Hey,
everybody.
PYT.
Hey, PYT.
Yes, pretty young things over there.
I love
So
that.
shout out to everybody. What did you title this video?
So the title of the video is Chef Carmen, Tay, and Mandy Drama.
Ooh.
Our reaction, okay? We ain't, you know, getting in nothing. It's our reaction. All right? All right. Hello, Miss Muriel over there at PYT. Okay, hey girl, hey.
Yes, yes. So this is our reaction to what? Something has.
So-
Well, before we get into that, do you have any announcements or anything?
I do. So I do want to say something because typically, okay, when we have had these kinds of conversations, girl, the people get on here, especially people that may not be best friends, and they trying to figure out, well, who are you? And then that's when we get the diamond and silk comments and all the foolishness. And then they be trying to say, well, why are you talking about everybody's business? Why don't you tell your own business and stay out their business and business? Well, I want to say this. If anybody gets on here and tries to say that, rest assured, we have given all of our business, okay? If you go back and watch any of the last videos for the last several months, you'll know more about us than you probably know about yourself, okay? So rest assured, not only have we told all of our own business, we also took the time to write about it too. So if you want to know any more of our business, the information is pinned below. Go ahead and go to the website. You can grab the books. You can find out about our marriage, our divorce, our businesses, our affairs, our infidelities, our lies, everything that you can think of. It's all right there. So rest assured, we don't get in other people's business without sharing our own. All right? Thank you. Oh, and we're even doing a virtual event on October 7th and 8th where we're going to give you even more of our business. Okay? See everybody there. All right.
Josie, that took 3 left turns.
All right.
I thought we were going right. Best friends on this afternoon. Usually when we come to the table, it's about 9 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to make a right at the light. I didn't know we were making 3 lefts.
Well, you know. Okay. Now,
Well.
all right. So,
Well.
Robert said, "Go, Sean. They can't tell it like you can." That's right. We
Yes.
tell our business so that way you can sit back and just enjoy it because we're gonna tell it the right way. All right. All right. So the reason why we are here is because the community, our community, has asked us for our input on some stuff that they have heard. And so we said, well, why not? Let's find out. So we did our due diligence and we come to you with some information regarding some things that have transpired between Chef Carmen and her lovely wife Tay and Nandi. Okay? If you guys don't know who Nandi is,
Who?
Nandi. Okay. I'll give you some background information and then we'll talk about it. Okay?
Okay.
So shout out to
Can I take notes? Permission to take notes?
Absolutely.
Okay. All
So shout out to Darius Cooks. We love him. He gave a lot of information because one thing that we don't do is we don't go digging for stuff. We just kind of let you know when we find out. So he did the work. So
yes.
we only give information that's already public. All right, we won't go no further than that. All right.
Well, he gave an amazing video.
He did.
But also shout out to the honorary best friend that called.
Yes.
Baby,
when that lady got on that phone call and gave the information about what had transpired in that courtroom, I about to die. Okay? I about to fell out and died. Shout out to the best friends, by the way. I about to fell out and died. Okay. All right. Oh, Barbara, we're gonna get into that question. She said, did she come up with the bond money? Oh wait, we're gonna talk about it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let me give you just a little background. If you don't know who Chef Carmen is, she is a social media influencer. She was a professional chef. She used to do videos for years and years and years. She had a business called I Got You Seasonings. She since sold that to her ex-business partner, et cetera, et cetera. So that's who Chef Carmen is. Used to be out of Atlanta. She's now out of Texas because that's where her and her wife reside. Okay. So her wife is Tay. She's a traveling nurse, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the background for them. If you want to know more, you feel free to go and find more information on them. Okay. Nandi. Okay. Nandi is one of the individuals who created a page that was geared towards exposing information regarding Chef Carmen and things like that. Now, Nandi's page was 95.75% Chef Carmen and Tay. Albeit she said that it was way more than that. You know, she used to do giveaways. It was about the community. She did outreach and all this. That's what the page was. But 95.75% of it was all things Chef Carmen and her wife, Tay. All right. So recently, she was trying to expose all this information about Chef Carmen and Tay and all their background and stuff like that. And then it came out that she had also had some run-ins with the law. Okay. And that came out, and then she tried to deny it, say it wasn't her, and the mugshots and all that information. So that was just a little bit of background about Nandi. So while she was trying to expose everybody else, she ended up getting exposed. Okay, so that had recently happened. Then recently, like within the last week or so, I guess, it looks like Chef Carmen and Tay filed a complaint. Let me use the correct verbiage because I don't want to be anybody saying nothing wrong. Filed a complaint against Nandi that included several charges. She has not been charged. She has not been nothing like that. This is just a complaint, okay? They had to go to court yesterday, and that's what it was about. Going through the information that I was able to find, there were several charges that the complaint included, which included stalking and harassment, defamation of character. This one I had to write down verbatim because I had never heard this before.
What was it, girl?
Torturous interference with business relations. I said, wait a minute.
That means you come in between somebody and their coins.
You is trying to mess up somebody's coins.
Torturous. Say that again.
Torturous interference with business relations. I said, wow. That's something else, honey, when they start stringing them words together. And then, some punitive damages and things like that. Okay, so that's what the complaint included against Nandi. Okay, this came from Chef Carmen and her wife, Tay. Came out, they went to court yesterday. It was reported, allegedly, okay, that they were requesting a restraining order against her. Wow. They also filed to get a warrant for her. And so that's what really transpired yesterday. That's what really had the streets talking, because it came out that she had to pay, I think it was, I don't want to misspeak. Is it posting bond, or because she wasn't really arrested? I don't really know what it was, but she had to pay $1,500 by 7 p.m. Okay. And so she went live yesterday requesting that her community, her teammates, that's what she calls them, to go ahead and cash out her, because she was trying to raise the money to pay this $1,500 by 7 o'clock. By the time she went live, it was shortly after 5 o'clock, so she was like racing against the clock. Like, she had to come up with this money, or else if she didn't have it by 7 p.m., it was gonna double, and then they could actually put out a warrant for her arrest. Okay, so that was all of that what was said. Now, there was some interesting things that were said during this live that I was just like, what? Okay.
We're gonna go further. Just let me pause here.
Please.
I watched that video because a couple of the best friends sent me the video of when she was trying to come up with the money. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me when she was trying to come up with the money and she was down to the wire with the time. It reminded me of that episode of Good Times. Because that was one of my favorite shows growing up. So everything draws a parallel. It reminded me of that episode of Good Times where they was trying to come up with the rent money.
Oh.
And they had the rent party. If you seen it, say Good Times in the comments. It was very much so given Good Times when they was trying to come up with the rent money. And they had the contest girl and Michael was singing and everybody was demonstrating his or her talent in order to come up with the rent money. And we were down to the wire, you see? Because if they didn't hurry up and come up with the money, James, Florida, and the kids was getting put out. And nobody, somebody say nobody, in the projects wanted to see them on the street. So it was something in my spirit. It kept saying, good times, easy credit ripoffs,
Good times.
scratching and surviving.
Good times.
That's what kept ringing in my spirit. And I said, good googly goo. Maybe JJ can paint.
Oh, God.
Maybe Michael can sing. Maybe I can tell a joke.
Somebody gonna come up with
We're going to help you get out this jam.
out this jam, honey. Not this jelly. We got to get you out this jam.
Anyway, moving on.
So,
Moving on. Moving on.
so there were some things, and I was down to the wire. I was trying to research some other stuff, best friends, and I didn't get a chance to. So I'm going to pose this question to you and the group, because I know you study criminal justice. Perhaps you know, so perhaps somebody, I know I saw a retired law enforcement person in the comments. Perhaps somebody can answer this. And there were some things that were said during this live that Nandi did that made me scratch my head a little bit. Now, I ain't trying to call the girl a liar. But it was some things that made me scratch my head a little bit. So one of the things that she said when she first started, she said, oh, anybody can get a warrant. Anybody. I can say that my neighbor did X, Y, and Z, and I can run down and get a warrant. All I gotta do is pay $20.
That's a lie.
I don't.
That's a lie.
That didn't really sit well with me. And I don't proclaim to be a legal connoisseur or a lawyer or anything like that, but I don't think that that's the case. Can I just run down and just get a warrant for your arrest?
That's a lie. There has to be probable cause.
That's what I had thought.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Okay.
Everybody will be sitting in jail.
That's what I thought. Because I could just get mad at you and just be like,
Yeah.
you hit my car, and then run down and get a warrant.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a lie.
Because like I said, I don't speak on stuff that I don't know. So I just,
Yeah.
okay, that was one of the things that I just, all right, because I didn't think it sounded right.
Mm-hmm.
So she said that she's going to have her time in court because she didn't really have time. And she said she had found her own complaints against Chef Carmen and Tay last Friday and a couple more yesterday. So now she's going to be mixing a lawyer. So she said she's going to have her time in court because she got her own complaints. We don't know what they are yet. If that comes out, perhaps we'll do a second video. I don't know, but that's what she said. Okay.
Okay.
This is another thing that she said that I was just like, what? So she said that she was asking all her people for the money to help her get this money together that she had to pay at 7 o'clock. And she said she didn't have none of her cards with her. Mm-hmm. She said she didn't think she had to. What am I bringing the cards for? I mean, me personally, anytime I leave out the door, if I'm going somewhere, unless it's to the mailbox, I take my ID and my stuff because you never know what happened. Like, what if you get a flat tire? Like, I don't know the person that just goes nowhere and be completely unprepared for life. But that's what she said. And she was adamant. She was adamant that it had to be through Cash App. Because people was like, well, you got PayPal, you got Zelle, you got Apple Pay, all these options. She was adamant that it had to be by Cash App.
Why Cash App?
So I don't know. She didn't say. She did say that she had a Cash App card underneath her front seat for emergencies. So you don't bring your debit cards or your credit cards or nothing with you, but you got your Cash App card underneath the seat in your car for emergency. So it had to be through Cash App. But she said she used her tap. Now, I don't know what tap is, y'all. What's tap? Is that where you pay with your phone? And is that digital? Somebody explain to me what tap is.
We old.
Because I just got my debit card and I got cash. Like, it's either one or the other. I don't know what tap is. I don't pay with my phone. I don't do none of that stuff. So somebody tell me what tap is. Because from the way she was describing it, isn't it something that you gotta have attached to a form of currency? Like if you tap and pay with your phone, okay, don't it got to be attached to something?
To a card?
Because
Or
I
an
mean,
account?
you don't just pay with your phone and it just come out of nowhere, right? Like, don't it got to come from somewhere? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah. Everybody's
They
saying
said,
yes.
yeah, okay. So to me, everything that was being said just didn't quite make no sense. Because you said you don't have your credit card, you don't have your debit card, but you use tap for everything. So if you have tap, then can't you access the money in your account? Because she said she had the money, she just didn't have time to go home and get it. So that was another thing that made me scratch my head. Then
I've almost heard enough.
Last thing, and then we can get off and we can be done and you can go into your commentary. Last thing she said, because one of the best friends was like, well, why don't you somebody help her pay this $1,500? She'll pay you back. She said, no, I won't. This is a community issue. This is as much as your issue as it is mine. I'm sorry. I don't know about you, best friends, but if I, Sean Johnson, go out and rob a store and I get arrested, is it y'all issue too? Or is that my issue? You let me know.
That sounds like a you problem to me. That sounds like a you problem to me.
I would think. Because I wouldn't expect the best friends to be like...
Cassandra said that's not my issue at all, niece.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't expect the best friends to be like, dang, man, we in this jam. Because we didn't went out here and we didn't rob this store. And now we got to... Now, Sean Dumbtail went out and did whatsoever. And look, all you. That's...
You ready for me or no? Or you got more?
I'm done.
You sure?
That was just my observation. All I do, I just observe stuff. Okay, that was just my observation. Now, I ain't trying to call this girl no liar. I'm not trying to do nothing like that. Oh, she went live today. You want me to talk about that or you want me to wait?
You can give it to us.
Okay.
Give it to us. Give it to us.
2 more minutes and then we're gonna let Candy go. Because girl, when I say I need to just sit back and just listen to Candy go, I just need to sit back and let her go. Okay.
Okay.
She went live today. One of the best friends said, did she come up with the money or whatever? Again, with this type of information, you just gotta string it together because she never said one way or the other. But this is when she went live today. Yeah. She went live today. She came on, she thanked everybody. She said, thank you so much. Y'all showed up, y'all showed out, whatever. She said, it doesn't matter. She said she thanked everybody because some people, I guess, were saying, why are you getting over here asking people for money, da 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 da. She said it doesn't matter if I had the money or not. This is what my teammates is for. When you're a leader of a group, that's what they're for. Okay, that was one thing. Then she said that she was just leaving the jail. It was like 11 o'clock Central Standard Time. So from yesterday to today, she was just leaving.
Which would be 12 o'clock.
Which would be 12 o'clock Eastern Time. Okay. She said...
Court usually go at about 9.
Court usually goes about 9. She said that it was a long process, her exact words. It was a long process. She did not have to change her clothes. She was there for about 14 hours. And she said that she was in a room with some other people who was also having to get processed, kind of like a quarantine room. Now, I ain't never been arrested.
I have. I have. Next.
Okay. I ain't never been arrested, but I've watched a lot of shows, right? To me, that sounds like, now I'm just guessing. To me, it sounds like you didn't have the money and you got arrested and you were in a holding cell, probably waiting to see the judge this morning to be let out. I'm just guessing. Now, didn't nobody say that? I'm just trying to speak from just secondhand knowledge. I don't know. So
okay,
that's all I got. So to answer the best friend's question, did she come up with the money? Did she get arrested? Did she what? I don't know. I don't know if it's a 14-hour process, because as far as I know, if you have to pay a fine, I thought they just process your money, they give you a receipt, they may have some paperwork you got to sign, and then you go. I don't know if it takes 14 hours to do that. That's all I got.
All right, y'all ready for me? Are you ready?
We're ready.
If you're ready, I want you in the comments all across the country. 405 people watching live, however many people is going to catch it as a replay, to say, buckle up, Buttercup, you're in for a ride. Yes. Huh? Buckle up, Buttercup, you're in for a ride. Here's what I believe is going on. Here's what I believe. And this goes back to exactly what I've been telling you guys on our platform for the longest time. Mm-hmm. You guys have seen our content change. Originally, when we came out, it was all about our marriage and our relationship. Mm-hmm. Then, over the course of time, our content went more towards entrepreneurship and business. Mm-hmm. Then the content kind of did another little switcheroo, and we started talking about spiritual matters and all of this stuff. And then we kind of switched back to starting to talk about us. Mm-hmm. We're living in a day and age, Black people. We're living in a day and age where whatever is going on behind the curtain is starting to be exposed. We're living in a season of exposure. Somebody put exposure in the comments. We keep seeing people being exposed over and over and over again. And why do we keep seeing this storyline play out with all different people from all different walks of life? Is because we're not getting the lesson. Mm-hmm. And so Sean and I made a difficult decision to expose ourselves so nobody else could tell the story. Now, we have watched for months, if not probably well over a year, we have watched Nandi build a whole entire platform on the back of somebody else's demise. Mm-hmm. Right, wrong, or indifferent, she did it, right? She spends majority of her time talking about what's going on inside of somebody else's world. Mm-hmm. I don't know who needs to hear this. Nandi may or may not receive what I'm about to say, and if it ain't for her, it might be for the people who watching this video. Instead of spending all of your time, 100% of your time, the people who are successful in this industry, meaning these social media streets, spend 99.9% of their time talking about themselves, their product, their service, their gift, being transparent about their storyline, and not what's going on in somebody else's door. Mm-hmm. Now, you do have us social media content creators that see the drama and we will react and respond. Mm-hmm. But by and large, the people who have some sort of gift and they're walking and operating in their gift and their gift has made room for them, they sitting at the table, they pushing the button and you see their product, their service, their storyline, all of that going on. So Nandi is not going to get no breakthrough. Nothing good is going to come to her until she gets to the point where she can look in the mirror, have a real conversation with herself, stop lying to herself, and she won't have to lie to other people. We've seen so much evidence since the beginning of her, with her lies falling out the bag. You know what I wish? Speaking of lies, you know what I wish? No, I'm not going to say nothing about that background. Darius already tore up that background. Now, he put her in Abu Dhabi. Where is it at? Abu Dhabi. Girl, he put her over in Singapore, Morocco. No, I say she was down in Martha Stewart's kitchen. She was over there in the WGN kitchen where they be filming. She was over there in the Darius Cook's kitchen where he be going live. She was in everybody's kitchen but her own damn kitchen. You understand what I'm saying? She was in everybody's kitchen but her own kitchen. We still don't know what your sink looked like. But you know what? If I had to pray, because you know I cuss and pray. If I had to pray and I had to say, God, if you could do one thing for me, this is what I want you to do. The Lord knows there's nothing I hate more than a liar. Mm-hmm. I wish, Sean will tell you, there's nothing I can't stand more than a liar. Whatever your truth is, sit in it, girl. Sit in it. And if you don't like what you're sitting in, get up, wipe, and keep moving. You understand what I'm saying? But there's nothing I hate more than a liar. So I'm looking up to the hills from which cometh my help, because all my help coming from the Lord. And if I could ask the Lord for anything, here's what I would ask God. God, I wish you would just set up the situation where every time somebody lied, one of their teeth will fall out their mouth right in the middle of the lie. So when we walk around and we looking at each other, I could judge your mouth based on your honesty. You understand what I'm saying? I wish, God, I wish. Somebody say, I wish. I wish, God, I wish that every time you told a lie, one of your goddamn damn teeth will fall out your mouth right in the middle of the conversation. And we could judge the level of honesty that you are as a human being on the face of this earth. I could judge the content of your character based on how many teeth you got in your head. Huh?
Based on the content of your mouth.
I can base it on the content of how many teeth you got in your head. How many people would you be willing to walk away from based on their smile? Based on their smile. I'm tired of it. Like I ain't got nothing else to do besides talk about this little girl that's sitting up here lying in y'all. She been playing in y'all face since the beginning. I did a video, Sean and I did a video sitting in that room on that doggone couch.
Yes.
When
she said that wasn't her in the mugshot.
Girl,
she had the picture up like this and was like,
that ain't me. It ain't me.
This ain't me.
That lady said, it ain't me.
Look at her nose. That ain't me. Is you crazy? Can you not see this ain't me?
I'm not finna do this with y'all. I'm not finna do this with y'all. I'm not doing it today. And David, don't call me and ask me tomorrow. I'm not doing it tomorrow. I'm not finna play with this lady. I'm not finna play with this lady. If this, ma'am, listen. Let me tell you something. I'm not perfect, but what I can do is put together a solid business plan. I'm one hell of an entrepreneur. If you want to get on these internet streets and you want to make some money, the first thing you better do is learn how to tell the truth. Y'all seen me and Sean. We done sat here at this same glass table and almost put a crack in it because we was about to go at each other's throat.
We about to kill each other. Okay.
Y'all seen me and Sean. Do you know how embarrassing it was for me to sit and say, girl, yeah, you know, a couple years ago we made $250,000. Then the following year we damn near made $500,000, and then this happened and that happened, and now now we can damn near barely pay our light bill and this and that. We had to tell the truth. We had to tell the truth. And what happens when you open your mouth and you honest and you tell the truth?
The Lord will bring you back and restore you. Honey.
Do you understand what I'm saying? How are you going to heal and get to the next level if you're asking other people to be transparent and to be honest and to lead with truth and you lead with lies? Mm-hmm. You know, it's just, I just don't understand. I don't understand the mindset of the person who get up and do that. And I don't understand the mindset of the person who follows that mindset. Because not only what do it say about her, what do it say about you? Right. What do it say about you? Forget what's going on in them people's household. I don't know what's going on with Carmen. When I say we ain't talked to Carmen in months.
You have not talked to her in months.
Girl, I don't know.
My phone number in my phone, girl, ain't got a text message or a phone call since God knows when.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't have a dog in the fight, but I do like a good storyline. You see what I'm saying? Like the next person, I do like a good storyline. But it's one of them situations where nobody can sit back and say, well, y'all taking sides because y'all friends with this person or y'all friends with that person. Our shit been falling apart at the seams. We just now getting ready to put everything back together and figure out what life look like after each other. Mm-hmm. So we've been going through our own storm. I can't tell you what's going on with nobody. This is all new. Yep. But my advice to Nandi would be, girl, you need to spend more time looking in the mirror and doing the work, sis. You need to do the work. And it's evident because you can't even when you try to be transparent and say, hey, I need money. I'm in a jam. You know, my mouth too slippery. I got myself in something that I can't afford to get out of. Whatever the case may be, God will honor you more when you're honest.
Which is why that Cash App was tearing up a fool. You see how bad that Cash App was tearing up a fool?
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't prosper.
A dime through that Cash App.
It wouldn't prosper. And it's not to suggest that the people weren't trying to give, but it's to suggest that if you don't lead with the right vein and with the right spirit, blessings won't ever flow from it. Blessings will never flow from mess. Girl, that was mess. At its core, that was mess. That was mess. You trying to get fruit from unfertile ground. And it's like, girl, be honest. Be honest. Do you know how hard it was to sit in what we had experienced and make it public?
Completely public.
And make it public?
And still making it public.
Girl, every time I got to sign and ship a book, a part of me still be like, girl, what these people gonna think when they... You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's not easy. Being transparent is not easy. It's not for what we do on these social media streets. I don't know who need to hear this. It look easy until you push the button and you start talking. Mm-hmm. And today's story don't match what you said yesterday. Yep. You understand what I'm saying? This is what's called evergreen. And even when you don't think it's evergreen and you decide you don't want to keep a video and you delete it, people are still screen recording.
Oh, yeah.
And they checking receipts against what you said. So the best thing that you could do as a human being is live in your truth, lead with your truth, and just stand on your truth.
And just be what it is. And let
the chips fall where they
may. If you don't like
may.
your truth or you don't like what you're getting from your truth, then change your truth.
Girl.
I didn't like what my truth was. My truth was what it was. But I'm doing the work to change it because I didn't like my truth.
Let me tell y'all. The best thing, and I know she has not asked me for advice. If I was going to give Nandi advice, I would say, sis, come here. Sit down.
Yeah, please sit her down and talk to her.
Sit down.
Please.
I would say the first thing you need to do is you probably need to tell the people you're going to take a hiatus. You're going to take some time off. Mm-hmm. In this time, you've got to get in therapy. You got to get some self-work. Mm-hmm. You've got to do some self-work. Mm-hmm. You have to figure out some things. One of the things that you have to figure out is why is it so hard for you to tell the truth and sit in the truth. Yep. After you do that, as you starting to put the pieces of whatever your life is together, she can invite people along her journey. Mm-hmm. Some folks in the streets were suggesting that she don't have a house, that she's staying out of a hotel.
I've heard that.
Why are you staying in a hotel? Tell the people that. That's your content. Because now what you're in a position of is you now have this social media following where for the vast majority of them people, they not following you for you. They following you based on somebody else's storyline. Mm-hmm. We have to now know what's your story. Not what you want it to be. Not what you're embarrassed that it is. What is your story?
Facts.
Your story. Your gift will come from your story. Mm-hmm. Your next move will come from your story. God is going to open doors for you based on your story, not somebody else's. Not somebody else's. And let the people fall out that's going to fall out. Because you're going to lose a lot of people. Mm-hmm. If they came for the mess and you ain't giving them the mess no more, it's going to be a lot of people who leave. Yep. But you got to be willing to be transparent. You got to be willing to be honest. And if you're not willing to tell your story or offer some kind of talent, whether you sing, whether you cook, something, you gotta get on these streets, shucking and jiving. You gotta do something. You gotta do something. You've got to do something. If this is what you want.
I can't believe it has lasted so long. Them people ain't tired of that yet.
Girl, one thing I will give her credit for, girl, she could take a storyline and run that thing.
She could drag it from here to eternity.
I don't know.
Now,
listen, I don't video.
She don't want to come up there.
If she see this video, I charge by the pound. I charge by the pound. I charge by the pound. I can hold my weight.
Oh yeah, sure.
Baby, I can hold my weight. This ain't what you're looking for.
And really, where you got to go? We've already told everything.
That's the beautiful thing.
Where you gonna go?
That's the beautiful thing. And let me tell you another thing about, I done been in jail before. When I was 19, I got arrested. The people don't come get you and put you in handcuffs lest they feel like they have probable cause or something that's gonna stick. Mm-hmm. They not riding and getting people and putting them in handcuffs and shackles off hearsay. Right. Ain't nobody doing that off hearsay. Mm-mm. So either she went before the judge first thing this morning and may have either bonded out or got out on her own what they call recognizance. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? That's where they look at everything that you have done and all of the things. And they say, well, you're really not a threat to society. We'll let you out. We'll give you a court date and we'll let you out. So something of the sort has happened. But either way it goes, she out. But sis, what we not gonna do is play words with friends and act like you wasn't down there at the jail.
Exactly.
You weren't at Yale. You did not go to Yale last night.
Not at all.
You went to jail, okay?
While she talking about they were in a quarantine room. What?
It might have been inside the what?
The jail. Girl, what is we talking about?
I don't know.
So one of the PYTs said, "Why are you not talking about the gag order?" Girl, I didn't know. What I can't talk about nothing I don't know about. Is a gag order?
I didn't know nothing about that. Who's gagging? Who's ordered the gag? I don't know. I don't know anything about it. So if you know something, say something.
Yeah.
Best friend, if you know something, say something. What?
So some of the best friends are saying she was bonded out with a bail bonding company this morning.
Possibly. And I do feel like her people probably did show up for her. But I don't know in this day and age who's giving them much time and attention and don't have a product or service that they offering. I don't know. Because even for the people whose pages are monetized, we always have the monetization conversation with folks. Mm-hmm. I don't know who need to hear that, but unless you have a very large platform, like a Darius or like a Carmen, that ain't a whole lot of money. It ain't enough to write home about. Or I don't know what y'all call a whole lot of. Maybe it's subjective.
It is subjective.
Maybe it's a whole lot of money for somebody.
Yeah.
But unless you have a large platform, that's not a whole lot of money. Mm-hmm. I don't know who's giving up that many hours of their day and not offering a product or a service.
Yeah. So
she, along with, our confused little friend, Carmen and Tay, y'all need to be offering a product or service. Now let me transition over to Carmen. The minute you cut the umbilical cord from Boss Lady, and y'all went y'all separate ways, right, wrong, or indifferent, you should have, within 3 months, had you a product or service to launch. Mm-hmm. What that product or service is, that's between you and your Jesus. Mm-hmm. But I would not be talking to hundreds of thousands of people a week and not be offering something. Let's just do the math, shall we? Can you pull up your calculator?
Sure I can.
Let me give y'all a quick little entrepreneurial lesson.
Ooh, I like lessons. I'm ready.
On average, I click on Carmen's video, and it's been a long time since I did it. It might be 2,000 people watching. Mm-hmm. So over the course of the video, let's say by the time people watch the replay and stuff, it's about 50,000 people or 60,000 people that's seen that video. Can you pull up the thing?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Somebody sent us receipts.
Okay.
I just want to see what that was. Okay, I'm ready.
So 60,000 people have seen the video, mm-hmm. right? Let's say she's selling sauces, mm-hmm. right? Seasoning, sauces, cookbooks, right? 1% of everybody who see that video is gonna hit that website and go buy something. Mm-hmm. She got 600 orders from that one video. You understand what I'm saying? Then when you have a Shopify, you have different products. You might have low-end products. You might have high, expensive products. Let's just say the average order is about $25 from whatever she sells. That one video, sis, is now $15,000. That one video is now $15,000. 60,000 people have watched. 1% go over and hit that website and buy, which is 600 orders. You have now, off one video, made $15,000 per day, easily, with that level of influence. But it's the sitting, having meaningless conversation that goes nowhere fast for me. Mm-hmm. I don't know who taught y'all how to run a business, but we literally have seen the absolute worst ends of what could have possibly happened. Mm-hmm. Which, girl, you was over there in these receipts, girl. What is happening here?
So one of the best friends sent me the receipt showing that there was a bail bonding company that got her out this morning. That's how she got out.
But she wants to convince y'all that she wasn't locked up. Won't let me out. Won't let me out. She wasn't locked up. Huh? How?
There you go.
How do the people get involved lest you're locked up, niece?
Yep. Because it says arrested and released. There you have it. Now I told you, we don't look up stuff. this just fell in my lap. I was sitting here.
See, and so let me tell y'all another thing. And again, this is definitely a plug.
Absolutely, it's a plug.
This is, are y'all trying to sell y'all books? And are?
Yes, who writes a book not to?
Let me tell y'all something about telling your own story. Because what could never happen is somebody circle the block now or later and drag me into court because I've been harassing them online. I've done hundreds or thousands of videos about them and their family and their kids and their spouse and their partner. There's a freedom that comes with living in your own truth and being transparent and telling your own story.
Yep.
I don't know.
That's in social media, that's in your personal life, that's in your romantic life, that's in business, that's in anything. If you stand in your truth and live in your truth, you ain't got to worry about what I said yesterday. What happened then?
Yeah.
What did I say that? What goes on? What they gonna be able to find? You don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. You can just live.
Yep. Because what you will find, but that comes with growth though. Mm-hmm. Because we weren't always there. There was a large part of the time where everything was happening with us, when everything fell out the bag last year with us. And for the first couple of months, I didn't want nobody to know.
Right.
And I was quite embarrassed and tried to hide it.
But we weren't lying about it either.
No, we weren't lying. But the people who watch us, the real authentic best friends that's been here since day one, knew, because once everything came out, they said they knew something was off. They just didn't know what.
Yep.
They knew something was off.
Yep.
But what I'm saying is there was a level of freedom that was released. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
I agree.
When you shift the conversation, now we're human. We're going to talk about what's going on with other people because it's juicy. But at the same time, we're going to immediately go back to our own storyline. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. What are people saying?
That's what I'm trying to get back to. So one of the best friends said, and I can't find her now, I think it was best friend Barbara. She said, girl, when are you going to go back to teaching entrepreneurship? I got my coins ready.
Well, what you want me to teach, girl? What you want me to teach? Girl, I'm telling y'all, when it comes to Carmen, you know how they have recently had a rib fest?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they was talking about it at Kennedy's practice. Last weekend, they had this big rib fest. Mm-hmm. Carmen need to be doing stuff like that.
So some of the best friends said that she's currently working on her merchandise. So she must be coming out with some stuff.
She should have been had it. I don't know what's taking so long. Because now comes the time where she's missing what we call in business opportunity costs. Mm-hmm. See, all of that drama fell out the bag probably over a year ago now with Karina. So think about how many months of revenue she's missed out on. Yeah. Now comes, you've missed out on opportunity costs. And more time has lapsed since we've seen her in the kitchen on a regular basis. I'm not talking about the pop-up, I'm cooking toast and eggs and then, whatever. Right. But I'm talking about like consistently cooking, doing what made her her. Mm-hmm. Think about how much time has lapsed. So outside of name alone, how are we really associating her with being a chef? Right. That's why I said, because before they did the festivals and stuff, but even if she did like the barbecue tours and the rib fest and the, like the Taste of Chicago, mm-hmm. stuff like that, and then she used her platform to publicize, hey y'all, I'm gonna be in Chicago, whatever, and then you can come over there, you can get your cookbooks, her and take pictures, mm-hmm. and have a whole table set up, team could be cooking, she could have a whole sauce line. Mm-hmm. Stick with me, I'll take you places. Baby, stick with me.
Now, one of the best friends was asking, she said, can I get this mug that I see you sipping out of? You absolutely can.
Everything's for sale.
Everything's for sale except for me. Well, yeah.
I am trying to get to Hollywood. Sean is unapologetic about that.
Okay. We got a game show to get to. But yes, you can. If you are interested in the link, I did respond to the best friend who asked. But if you're interested in the link, I can post it again. But yes, the mugs are available as well as the matching t-shirt. Okay? And it says best friends with a purpose because we call you guys our best friends. Okay? Mm-hmm. Jacqueline says she needs to 5x her income.
That's easy. With that level of influence. Because, okay, so this is the thing, best friends. Here's the irony about her. I know this has nothing to do with Boss Lady and all of the parties that are involved. Boss lady has an outstanding business mind. She will run a business from start to finish. But one of the things that she's obviously missing is the influence, right? Influence comes second nature to Carmen, but Carmen's missing the business piece. So this is why we've seen for several years them be the perfect marriage. But now that they've gone their separate ways, now we see one thriving in one area, one thriving in another area. But you need help with that other area because you can't get around it. Carmen can go live 10 times a day. But sis, if you ain't got no product or service, you missing the lion's share of the money. Is social media gonna pay you? Yeah, I'm sure all of her pages and stuff are monetized. But then there's a dangerous thing because then you place in the hands of somebody else the ability to be able to strip you of your livelihood. Yeah. If somebody stripped us of our livelihood as it relates to the monetization, baby, I still got products. We sell books, we have merchandise, we have a whole nother brand that ain't tied to this page. You see what I'm saying? There's multiple streams. Multiple streams. You always have to have multiple streams. Multiple streams don't mean multiple work.
Right.
Because you sitting here watching several streams on one video. You see what I'm saying? God never said that all streams had to be different levels of work. He don't want you doing that.
Right.
But you can do one thing that pay you about 5 or 10 times if you know what you're doing. Huh? Then you take that revenue and you put it into other things. And you tell that money to go out and make babies for you and come back. I could do this all day because this is my wheelhouse. This is my wheelhouse. But what's hard to watch is Nandi. She's got a perfect opportunity. She's still sitting in whatever situation she's in, which we don't know because she's so private as it relates to what's going on with her. She's sitting in that situation because of her own doing. And if she can get past all the stuff that was said at the beginning of the video and get to this part of it, her breakthrough is right here. Your transparency will get you out of your mess.
There you go. Lady D said, I need a class.
Your transparency will unlock your next level. It's your transparency. The more you push the button and just talk and let your truth flow from your lips and your heart and your mind, ideas will start to be downloaded to you. You trying to figure out what the product is, that's the wrong place to start. Just talk. Just have the conversation. The people will tell you where they need you to go next. God will order your steps of where you need to go next. You see what I'm saying? For the best friends that have been missing blessings and breakthroughs, you sitting in it now.
Yep.
It looks different.
It just looks different. Yep.
Never once when we sat down to do a video did we say, okay, this is the play. We're going to get them over here. This is what we're going to talk about, and then this is what we're going to sell. No. Sean showed up as Sean. Candy showed up as Candy. Y'all said, ooh, she be lying. She's sneaky. She manipulative. Then y'all looked at me and said, and I don't like her either.
Right.
She talked too damn much. She controlling. She always got something to say. I see why Sean did what she did. You see what I'm saying? We just showed up. We just showed up. And who was supposed to be here stayed.
Yep.
And who was supposed to leave left. And if in us being transparent and being honest, then that unlocked the next level. We don't even know where we're going with this thing next week.
Sure don't.
We're not supposed to know. It's too big for us to see. We can't see around them corners. But I trust God. I trust God. Bills that was past due a year ago because of bad decisions.
Yep.
Paid in full through the end of the year.
Oh, God.
Based on transparency.
Oh, God.
God, I thank you.
Thank you.
Mistakes that was made. Lies that was told. Girl, we wouldn't be sitting here with no teeth in our mouth.
I'm missing 2. I'd have been missing many more.
You understand what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. But nobody's expecting you to be. But see, the danger in when you lead and you build your whole storyline around making fun of other people, and that's all we know you for, then it makes it very hard for you to be transparent. It makes it very hard, sis. And again, I'm not taking sides, but maybe I am. I never seen Carmen and Tay do that to her.
Right.
She did that to them. And I don't care who don't like it, because I'll add to it before I take from it. If there had to have been a right and wrong, it might have been right and wrong on both sides, but majority of the wrong was on Mandy's side. Everything that's going on with her, she got that coming. She got that coming. The sad thing about it is, I don't know that she's seen the full picture of it.
Right.
But she better go ask for some forgiveness and ask God for some mercy. Because we seen it play out with Tasha K and Cardi B.
Ooh, yep.
And this is another live example of this. And we keep seeing people's coat get pulled.
Yep.
It's gonna be the same story. Same story, different day. Them people not playing with her.
No.
Them people are not playing with her.
Up, honey.
Because see, somebody done sat over there. I told y'all a long time ago, the day that somebody get in Carmen's ear and it's the right conversation, and the day they start moving in silence, I told y'all that right here at this table over a year ago.
You sure did.
Over a year ago. Now, I'm not on the team, but I told y'all if I was on the team, you would not. But I'm going to tell you, I'm not on the team. Because if I was on the team, this probably would have played out much sooner. It would have went worse. Because you can play with a lot of stuff, but when you start playing with people's revenue,
Yeah.
that's a declaration of something else. I'm not going to say the word.
Right. Yeah, y'all know.
That's a
Nobody
declaration.
else say it either.
When you start messing with people's money, see, it's a couple of things you don't ever play with. They partner, if you fat like me, they food, and they money. You see what I'm saying? And they family. You don't, it's certain things you don't.
It's off limits.
You can say what you're going to say. Don't play. Don't play. Don't play.
That's what it is.
Don't play. So, I don't know. I don't know, best friend. So, but that's all we got.
So that is our reaction.
That's it. Listen, if you have not bought these books,
Kudos to you. I love the commentary.
thank you. If you have not bought these books, go to CandySincerityJohnson.com.
It is pinned below.
Go to CandySincerityJohnson.com. This is book number 1. Hot Dog Neck. That's book number 1. This is book number 2. You can get it as a bundle.
Yep.
You're going to want to get it as a bundle because once you finish this, girl, you're going to want to know what happened.
And if you get this, if you get the Moments of Resurrection, you want to know what the backstory is.
Yeah.
Okay. And then once you get the books, you can join us on October 7th and 8th.
Yeah. But best friends, we always say it and we mean it.
Yes.
You want to say it?
Oh, sure. So best friends, listen. The absolute best is yet to come.
But baby,
We got work to do.
we got work to do. Have a good day.
Bye, best friends.
Love you.